Okay, hello and welcome, my friends, to code number 5. We are only halfway through week number 2. Today is peace and joy. When we are bringing in such beautiful harmonic codes like that, we need to make sure that we are continually honoring the fact of the full embodiment of all of these codes, because you can see, like I said, these frequencies are so high on the beautiful universal emotional scale, that the actual frequencies that these vibrate to. So we're already only on code 5 and we're going way up. We did elevate last week, things that will help us get there. Of course, harmony and balance brings us together. But so peace and joy is really like super elevate. We're going back up into frequencies that sadly humans don't always get to experience. Some people very sadly never get to experience actual frequencies like that. So that's why for a conscious, your conscious brain, especially that left linear brain that tries to be in control, it can be harder to accept and to hold, to keep those frequencies. So we are going today call in the healing pod first, to align and assimilate, likely ease, now that we really talked about that. But they're just going to be like beginning layer frequencies. Like I might let us like really sit and enjoy them for like 15, 30 seconds, but more it's just going to be calling in. And I really practice layering today. That's what it is. I've layered, I think, up to 8 to 10 codes. And it feels really good. So again, that's all intuition. Trust your guidance when you're layering codes, but it's fun and it feels good again. And so we're doing that so that we are continually honoring the fact that we are harmonic, stabilized beings who can hold the higher, highest frequencies that this universe offers, that it wants us to embody, like peace and joy, and to really just finally start getting rid of the paradigm where we think we need to experience pain and lack and all that. I'll talk on duality a little bit later. I'm not saying that maybe at some time it wasn't a necessary thing, but I'm even working on an article where it's like people walk around with duality like it's a badge of honor, because it's again, it's just one of those things where we're holding on to this crutch of course we need to experience duality and yada yada yada. And honestly, really, the more that I work with these higher frequencies, these original proper harmonic frequencies, is the more and more I'm really receiving the message and the guidance that, like, no, it just was not really always meant to be that way. And we do not have to experience all the stuff that this world is experiencing right now. Like, it really is false paradigms, false matrices that we just need to let finally go of. And to do that, we need to have the proper codes. We need to be committed to embedding the proper codes into ourselves, but also into this planet. Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and get started then. Relax. Go ahead and roll your shoulders, do whatever you do when you first get settled in. I personally like to sit up. Some of these need to be laying down. I know, again, this is a trust your guidance. I'm going to drink water first. Please feel free to move, drink water during it. Michelle is getting some of that sun energy that is so beautiful. The sun really will help heal physical dis-ease during this as well as especially the third eye, but it really does wonders for the crown and really the entire energetic system. That's actually why they tell you to stay out of it. False paradigm. Okay, my friends, I'm watered up. Today we are going to start activating the healing pod frequency code, which is beginning now. We're going to go ahead and bring in Align and Assimilate. We are activating that frequency code right now. All right, so we're actually going to also bring in Rooted. We are activating Rooted right now. Fully locked in. Sacred stability. And we are safe to go up. So we're going to go ahead and begin the frequency code peace and joy, which is beginning now. We're going to go ahead and call in the frequency code ease, which is going to play in the background of peace and joy. We will mainly experience the beautiful euphoria that is coming in with peace and joy, but we're going to make it super easy and natural for us to embody this frequency. Euphoric was a beautiful term for this. It honestly feels like we're in the presence of God, the divine. We're just surrounded by this beautiful elevated frequency. There's tinges of the elevation frequency, even though we didn't call it in, because like I mentioned, the frequencies of peace and joy are just so beautiful and light, vibrate at these gorgeous higher dimensions and frequencies. And we're getting to experience that in our bodies and in real time right now. Being in the beautiful presence of the energies that consist of peace and joy. This is very much working on every single atom, every single cell, the space within your body, on your body. I'm feeling it a lot on the outer skin because it's also working around the body. So the way that it's working with the frequencies within and without is creating this interesting shift and a lift and an elevation of our bodies. And so our skin is reacting to it in a really big way. It's picking up on all the sensory, well, again, shifts, the raising literally of our vibrations right now. Getting the message that this will very much continue to heighten our sensory perceptions. It's just changing the way that we operate right now because we can feel and understand and experience frequencies. And when we're at this type of level, everything's going to change with your physical sensations, especially. They're saying that this is just the beginning, the doorway to everything that is to come. They're smiling about that. The other guidance, both visual and audio, I'm hearing is that this opens us up to connection with angelic and other higher beings. So possibly if anybody had struggled with that before, or it is something that you have wanted to perceive, now that when we call in the frequencies of such high, beautiful energies like peace and joy, that's where these higher dimensional beings exist, is in those realms and in those frequencies. So especially the angelic realm, that's one of the big things I'm hearing, but really divinity itself, source itself, God. I'm really feeling like I'm in a presence here, such warm embodied love. Just gonna soak up this energy, guys. It's very, very deep and peaceful. And I'm feeling like a lot of influxes from within, almost like there's a second wave. Like it brought us up and now it's raising us up again, if you will. Like really with those other codes layered in, again, making sure that we can stay lifted and exist in these higher frequencies so that everything around us gets to embody um, peace and joy too. Our homes, our families, our neighborhoods. And the sensory thing is real. The energy palpable when I'm moving my hands like this is wildly beautiful. Like I get to play with the energy in front of my face now. It's a really big helixal rearrangement happening again, just like in harmony and balance. This one seems wider though. Instead of the thin helix DNA shape that we're used to, this is very wide, still twirling around in its beautiful strands, but surrounding us, and then meeting in the middle, and warping back out. Very beautiful, expansive shifts available. Okay. I'm going to recall in the energy, the frequency of rooted, and bring that frequency to the forefront now of peace and joy and all the others while they remain here in our systems and in the background. And we're just going to enjoy the amazing, beautiful honoring and codes that come with being rooted fully into our presence, embodying our highest selves, being able to embody this source energy so that we can live it, breathe it, share it, and be fully actualized in the here and now. Rooting this deep, 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 deep into our mother. Anchoring this into our highest timelines and the highest timelines of the entire planet. Sinking into the core of the earth. Just being able to stand tall in our power and our heightened, purified frequencies. Knowing that we have the full capability to embody peace and joy and all of the other gorgeous frequencies that are being offered to us. Right, and we're going to start tapering off with the full-on transmission. Mm. Take your time to come back, my friends. Super smiley for me again. Really, I don't think there's going to be many of the codes that don't make me and us really smile and become happier because we're getting to feel how we know that we can feel. We're getting to feel our spirits and our souls and how we remember existing. And living in this amnesic world is very difficult for a human. And and really it's this that connection, that kind of that lost connection that we've been searching for again all along this lifetime, and of course in many, many, many others. And really this is what we've been working for. That beautiful quote, "We are the ones that we've been waiting for." It's really not about waiting around for ascension or again the new earth, all of this. It's creating that and embodying that and deciding that we literally are, of course, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. And by us stepping up into these great missions and this really important work, that we get to share peace and joy and harmony and balance and all the other beautiful things, including prosperity and happy homes and all that. We really get to embody these frequencies and then spread them out into the earth. So, big, big stuff happening, my friends. But yeah, feel free to share. Again, I completely understand the integration. So this was also for my beautiful replayers and for you. This was a really great practice session on layering and really how I do it when I'm working on them myself. I really just feel into what wants to come in next, what order they want to come into. And then the same thing kind of with the what's the prevalent energy that we're embodying right now. Of course, this is code number 5, so we were going to really anchor in and honor peace and joy. But especially at the end, it was a very big message to bring rooted to the forefront. Because again, this is especially going forward, this is about assimilation and really making sure that these codes are anchored into ourselves, and that's what we are paying the most attention to, if you will, because there's all this other programming that's still happening in this world. So what are we going to choose to give our powerful attention to? Hopefully this work. Hopefully work like this. Hopefully your abilities, your healing, your joy and your peace